Hi friends, this is Suzy, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 2434 in Candy Crush Saga, again, where we now have 20 moves to clear out 156 jelly and collect 2 ingredients. Anne has told me about these changes. I'm so sorry, Anne, that they keep doing this to us. And I'm going to try to find some strategies to help. But this is listed as a nightmarishly hard level. And so some of this is going to be down to luck. We have to know that we're going to be stuck here until we get a lucky board. But I can take a lucky board and ruin it by playing poorly. So we're going to combine luck with strategy, hopefully. Let's take a look at this. First of all, we're going to need to know how frequently these stripes come out. So I'm going to be watching for that. Secondly, obviously we have to get to the keys. Right now the board is divided. We already have this problem of having 5 colors on the board, which is going to make it harder to make matches and specials. With a divided board, that's exponentially more difficult. So we're going to try to get to those keys quickly, but these stripes aren't vertical, they're horizontal. So we're going to have to try to make some magic on our own. Taking out the toffee is immediately going to give us more real estate. Is it going to be enough to do much? I don't know. And right now, these ingredients that we have to collect, they're in the way, and I'm not even going to consider them much. They don't add a lot to the board. Let's say it this way. If I do all of this, if I take out all of the jelly, these will automatically be collected. So I'm not going to focus on them. This just so happens to take out a toffee and lead me in the right direction. Now I could work over here, and I might. Looks like we've got some good moves here. Oh, I got a stripe, but I haven't been paying attention. That's what happens when I first play a board. I get lost in things. I think I want to play over here because what I'm trying to do, now I'm stuck. What I'm trying to do is stick with one side and make it so that I can, so there's one. Make it so that I can make some combos that'll help both sides of the board. So nothing came out. So I'm going to take another turn. There's one. So it looks like they're coming out every other turn. Now I have a few choices here. I could do this and take out a toffee. Get closer to that key. I could do this and take out some jelly and cut across and change things. I think I'm going to take out this toffee here. Yeah, this is sad. Because we have 5 colors on the board, I keep thinking, well, maybe this will happen, and it doesn't. It doesn't let me match these things up. I'm going to take out this red because I don't have a lot of red here. I'm trying to get some sort of combo thing going. Not working, is it? All right, let's take out a lot of stripes then. See if we can drop a green in. There, now we've got a vertical. Now that brings us into the belly of the beast a bit more. But notice, I still have almost all of my keys to collect. This did not work well. Part of it is I have not been playing well because I have been talking through all of this. So I'm going to play again and try to get better than needing 81 jelly left on the board. Because I'm not going to be explaining the general properties of the board. I'm going to be focusing on the individual moves this time. Already I can see a beautiful concentration of purple and red. So I'm going to try to use that to my advantage. I don't have any green over here except these 3, so I might take these 3 out. But this drops me down more quickly. I might do that and just kind of bury that ingredient a little bit and bolster up the purple. Well, some of the purple got taken away. Let's cruise through here. That was good. Now the purple isn't very saturated. Now I don't have a lot of great moves. I'm going to do this and hope to get something through here. So remember, we're going for specials. I was hoping for the vertical ones. But let's keep wending our way downward. There we go. So I have 2 options here, and it's going to be a difficult one to decide. I can make a color bomb, and color bombs will take out a color and concentrate things down. I might be able to collect a lot of keys that way. But I think what I'm going to do instead, and it's dangerous, is a stripe-wrapped combo. which will take out keys and hit both sides and take out a lot of toffee. The color bomb is great if I can match it with something else. It's hard enough to get any kind of special here, let alone. And I did lose track of when that next stripe is coming out. If I do this and there's a stripe set to come out, then I can maybe make a combo. But again, without a lot of space here, I think I'm better off doing a striped wrapped combo. I'm going to collect 3 keys and I'm going to open the board. Look at that. Look at the chaos now that ensues once we get one side of the board cleared. Or almost cleared. I could keep going with this, but now I think I will move over to here. I've got some good potential. Going to bounce back and forth. Now that it's fairly open, I feel better about bouncing back and forth. Oh, I'd love to get another striped wrapped combo. I can't quite move these downward to take out this row. Oh, let's see if I can I'll get at least a stripe with this green. I might get a color bomb. I'm going to go for it. There we go. And now if I take out all orange from the board, I collect that last key and open this up. Plus I set this off and blow things up. If I take out green, I blow this up. It doesn't have a lot of value other places, I think. Red, set that off. I think orange is the way to go. Now we've got this division open. Now we've got more opportunities to make more crazy things happen. Can I get a green down here? Nope, a little too far away. I could set this off and make another wrapped. I think this is my move. Actually, I'm thinking about leaving it down here. But I need some chaos on this board. I'm going to go this route. Yeah, not as much chaos as I would have hoped. I can make a stripe and move the wrapped over, but I don't like to have wrapped situated over specials. I mean, over ingredients. I'm just going to blow things up and hope that as I do that, things will filter down. Not as brilliantly as I had hoped. But at least I really, concentrated more and was able to make a much bigger difference on this board than the first time around. We can see that once we get something opened with a, beautiful striped wrapped combo, our lives will be better. And I think that I would have had similar results if I had gone with the color bomb. My contention is it wouldn't have been quite as good. Would have been good, but not quite as good. So now I land with 15 jelly and 1 ingredient. That gives me hope. This is possible. Will I be stuck here a while? Probably. Will I always get as bad a board as I did the first time? Probably not. Will I always get a board as good as this one? Probably not. That's why you have to be perseverant in these things. You just have to keep hitting it and trying to make the very best moves possible. So I'm going to pause the recording, come back with a new board. I'll have the microphone turned off, but I will bring it back on if I have something important to share. If I find a different, better strategy than using one side and one side only to plow through and open things up and get nice combos. Or if I find a pitfall, something that I didn't notice that is a real big problem. Like, I don't know, what happens if I open up and get all the keys way early? Does it create different problems? I don't think so. But if I run into a pitfall like that, I'll bring the microphone back up. And certainly, I will start talking to you again when I'm winning. I'll be right back. Okay, so this might be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a wrapped candy right here. If I set this stripe off, it hits this and it hits this once. Plus, it hits this, which triggers taking out the second layer here. And it hits this, which explodes once to take out a layer here and again to take out another layer. So I think this is the way we solve it, right? That did not get solved. That did not trigger, which is different to how it should and always has in the past operated. Very frustrating. And if I had one more move, I could get this done. So I'm left with using a lolly hammer, continuing to try, being super frustrated that things didn't go the way they should have. That happens. Sometimes we have happy glitches and sometimes we have these awful things. Let's just see. I'm not going to use a booster. I'm going to count this as a win mentally. But you might run into the same glitch as I did, and so we have to get this solved to the satisfaction of the game. So I have to figure out what's most likely to give me something here. This, nice, yeah, but I don't have a turn to set it off, so it doesn't really work. Setting this off would clear this column, but I don't have anything around here, so it would have to be a stripe that somehow then gets set off by connecting with other things. Same over here, this goes upward. Maybe a blue would hit over here, and maybe create a stripe and maybe get set off. It seems like my best chance, creating chaos over here to help over here. We'll never know which is the best. We'll only know if this works or not, and I'm thinking it won't. All right, I'm going to keep this as instructive because, I mean, that stripe, we had 2 stripes aimed there. Should have taken that out twice. That's my opinion, and I think I have some fairly decent substantiation for that. If you have a different perspective, please put that in the comments. I'm going to pause, put everything back on no mic, but I will come back hopefully with a win soon because more and more of my boards have been looking like this. It's a learning curve. I've been getting closer and closer to a win for a while. Okay, got it. Finally. I was really starting to regret not having used a lolly hammer, but I do like to show that if you have enough persistence, you can get these done without boosters. Let's go back into the level. Oops, I should have just said restart, huh? Okay, so let me tell you what I discovered. Getting the keys as quickly as possible is crucial. Opening this up even more dramatically important than I previously thought. And then one thing that I've noticed with myself is once I get this open and things flow, there are so many choices. Up here, there are very few choices. I could do this, I could do this. Really, that's just about it. But once we get this open, there are choices everywhere. And not only choices, but really good choices. And it's so tough to not just rush through and take any good choice, but to look for the best choices that are going to get you into these corners at the very end, because that is the part that usually there's some residue. So let me tell you how this broke down. From the time I started playing until the time that I think I should have won, that took me between 45 and 50 tries. And then from that try on to the actual win took another between 20 and 25 tries. So like I said, I was getting closer. You can start to feel how the board is shaped, and you start to pay more attention to those things that are important. But it's still a nightmarishly hard level, and so you have to invest some time in these. If you do want to use boosters, I would recommend you really play dozens of times and understand the board first, so you understand which boosters are likely to help you the most. Bringing a color bomb in the beginning probably isn't going to work much, but waiting until you get really close and using a lolly hammer at the end, that would probably help if you've got some UFOs to spare. Of course, party poppers are awesome, but they're difficult to find and expensive if you want to purchase them. Anyway, that is it for me. If you have any questions or comments, especially about that middle section there, please let me know. And as always, thank you so